We are a campus of coastal studies, which means that we celebrate and learn about living on a barrier island, okay? But the cool thing is that we have another special thing that happens right in this area. 2 times a year we have birds who come through when they're migrating. Many of you already know what migrating means. But we get all these really special birds that a lot of people don't ever get to see because they don't live in the flyway where we do. So, Shirley's going to tell you about Featherfest. Listen carefully, and then we'll get ready with the Raptors.
And we're really glad that we get to bring the birds to you today. And you all are being wonderful. I hope you keep being wonderful. Kevin is going to share some birds with you that are called Raptors. And I know sometimes people think that's from Jurassic Park, but it's not. It means birds that hunt for a living, and he'll show you how they do that. This gentleman's name is Kevin Gaines, and he has a organization called Sky Kings Falconry, and that's where these birds are. When you have birds like this, you have to have lots and lots of experience, and you have to have special training, and you have to have special permits, because they're all protected. Okay, and you'd much rather hear him than I.
All right, well, let's see here. I'm going to have to eventually put the microphone down so that I can use both my hands to work. But first of all, my name is Kevin, and let me start this out by saying howdy.
Howdy.
This is going to be your one chance to make some noise here before we get the program, so howdy. There we go. Get that out of our system now, right? Well, welcome everyone. Again, my name is Kevin, and I have an organization known as Sky Kings. What I do is travel all across the country with all of my birds, or raptors, as they're more properly termed, okay? And like Sue said, you're used to hearing the word raptor, meaning a dinosaur from Jurassic Park, but a raptor, we're going to find out exactly what makes it different from other birds. But before we get started, there are a few things I have to ask of my audience here. Now, first of all, these birds will be in free flight. That means some of them will be able to fly around the audience here, okay? It's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, but I want you to understand that because they're going to be flying around, I don't want anyone to reach up to touch any of the birds. Is that fair to ask? All right, good. Quiet as soon as possible. Does that sound fair? All right. This is great. I think we're going to have a great program. Now, the other reason that I need your help being as quiet as possible is because I need to put the microphone down. So I'm going to have to just talk in a big voice, so hopefully everyone can hear me, okay? All right, here we go. Not a cheetah, because this is a bird show. Specifically, a peregrine falcon. Peregrine falcons have been clocked in dives going faster than 273 miles an hour. That's faster than a race car. And I have a falcon I want to carry around for everyone so you can see it up close. Her name is Galaxy. Galaxy is a Barbary falcon. Barbary falcons are found in Africa, and they're named after the Barbary coast where they were first. Why is she wearing a hat? And it's called a hood. It works like a blindfold. And the idea is when I put that on her head, then she's calm and quiet, and she's not afraid of anything. Have you guys ever watched a scary movie and covered your eyes so it goes away? That's the same idea. But if we're quiet, I'm going to take it off the top of her head so you can all see her. Now, falcons are very fast birds. They have to be fast because they catch and eat other birds. See, the way a falcon will hunt? 32 known breeding pairs of peregrine falcons left in the lower 48 states. That means all the states other than Alaska. And that's 32 sets of parents. That's about the same number of students in a classroom. Can you imagine that over the whole United States? That's how close to losing the peregrine we came. But luckily at that time, an organization was formed called the Peregrine Fund. And these people got together and they did what was said never could be done. They bred baby peregrine falcons in the wild. And they re-released them back out to our cities. and they release them into places like downtown Houston, where the skyscrapers mimic their natural habitats of cliff ledges. But also, there was unlimited food, pigeons. And several years ago, it was removed from the endangered species list. That's a good sign. That shows we can right our wrongs, but most importantly, it reminds us of just how fragile our environment can be. And I want you to think about something else. Who else drinks the water or eats those crops or eats the fish besides eagles and falcons? We do. All of us. So what affects our environment will ultimately affect us all. So what do you think? Isn't Galaxy here a beautiful bird? What do you say for Galaxy? Does she deserve a round of applause? That catches or kills its food with its feet. So, first of all, on the end of her toes are these really sharp claws. See here. My goodies have showed up, so we're going to get a chance to have some fun. You guys have been great so far, so I'm going to try to fly a couple birds for us, okay? But if you guys continue to be this good and this quiet, we're going to have a lot of fun, okay? All right. Now I'm going to put her hat back on her head, just like that.
Can you let the falcon fly?
All right. I can't let the falcon fly, and the reason is this place is too small. They fly in big, big circles 1,000 feet up in the air. Right back over here in her box. I have an owl to share with everyone. But this one is rather small, and you're going to fall in love with her. Her name is Widget, and Widget's a barn owl. Are very different from birds that come out during the day like hawks and falcons, and they have certain traits that allow them to hunt so very well at night. Now, first of all, I want you to take a look at her eyes. She has very large eyes for an animal of this size, and she can dilate them 100 times more than we can dilate ours, which means she can see 100 times better than us at night. Animals as small as a mouse from a football field away, using only starlight to see by. But if they can't see their prey, they can still find it. That's with their incredible hearing. See, she has this dark outline around her face. It's known as a facial disc. And it's made of sound-sensitive feathers that work like a satellite dish. And it funnels sound back into her ears on each side of her head. Her hearing is so powerful, she can find that very same mouse under 2 feet of grass or even snow and still catch it without ever seeing it. Owls can fly almost perfectly silent. And it's because the edge of their feathers are very, very soft. So when a bird like this, or when an owl flaps his wings, there's no rubbing or friction sound. Have you ever heard a bunch of pigeons take off? All that noise is from their feathers rubbing or bumping together. They can't sneak up on much, but their ability to fly quietly allows an owl to sneak up on a wide variety of prey, including animals that might hear as well as they do, such as mice. Listen again, I'll bring her back. Being able to fly so quiet allows an owl to sneak up on all kinds of different food, but the barn owl's favorite food is the mouse. They're probably one of the best mousers in the whole world. One wild barn owl could catch and eat probably 2 or 3 mice in one night. But think that there might be a mom and dad owl, might have a mate, raising babies. Boy, it doesn't get much more exciting than that, does it? Now, what I was saying is that a barn owl could have a mate, and they could be raising babies. Sometimes 3 to 5 babies at a time, 2, maybe even 3 times a year.
Look at him. Look at him.
Mice and rats might have, like rabies. Rabies is very dangerous for humans or even dogs, cats, or other animals to come in contact with. But if an owl eats a mouse or rat that has that disease, they can't get sick from it. So they're stopping that disease from spreading to people. So, what do you think? Is Widget a neat bird? I think so. Well, let's... From the owl and the falcon. This bird doesn't catch his own food. Instead, he likes to find animals that are already dead. It's a vulture. People, don't worry, he's not out to get anyone. But just remember, we don't want you to reach out and try to pet any of the birds. But I'd like to introduce everyone to Igor, the black vulture.
Igor. Okay.
I know he's neat, but I need you guys to get quiet. He gets, and I want you to be able to see some neat things about the vulture. See? Now, see how he's sitting and behaving because it's quiet? I want you guys to have fun, but it's important to be able to try to be as quiet as we can. But I want you to notice a few things about the vulture. You see how big his wings are. You see, they're a lot different than the owl. His wings are made for soaring. You've probably seen vultures flying in circles way high up in the air. And if you get quiet, listen when he flaps his wings. Hear all that noise? His wings are a lot different from the owl. He can't fly quiet, but he can fly for a long time without even having to flap his wings. He'll just glide or soar.